What's going on, guys? This is your boy Chris, Texas super fan. Been a fan since we got started. Today we are having an episode with just me. Just me. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Curtis. Um, Trying to do a little something different for you guys. So yo guys get ready because we doing some fair narratives today. First of all, as a fan, I am just as upset as you are about the loss that we had to the Rams. There were a lot of things that I did not like. There were a lot of things that I did like. But, guys, it's just week one. It's just week one. Now, I do agree that when we knew that Ed Ingram was going to be out, I think Juice Scruggs, and I do not for one bit like Juice Scruggs. I am not a fan of Juice Scruggs whatsoever. I don't want to see him hit the field. But I did not like that you had to move the rookie, Ariante Ursary, back to right tackle when he's been playing left tackle. He's been practicing at left tackle to bring in Cam Robinson, who did not play bad, by the way. He was not horrible. He was not terrible. He did get hurt, and that did cause some problems. Also, hopefully, Jake Andrews, we hope you get a speedy recovery. But besides the point, I do think that the line should have stayed the way it was. Of course, Titus, he was great at right guard, but I think that they should have brought Juice in at right guard because Ariante Ursary, he's a rookie, so he's going to have his growing pains, and I don't want to overstate and go overboard with it, but he did not look good at right tackle. And that could be because he had to switch, finding out a couple of days before the game or the morning. I don't know how it went, but if you saw the injury report, it said that Ed Ingram was questionable. I didn't think he was going to play, and they probably didn't think so either. But at the same time, we do have to look at that, and those are things that we want to pay attention to. With that being said, good game rounds. Defense did great. The fumble was unfortunate by Dare, but hey, the man does not fumble the ball. And the thing about it is when we need Dare in clutch moments, he normally comes through. He's had game-winning touchdown catches. He's kicked the field goal for us. I am not, although I didn't like the little shake and bake he tried to do, he did try to get down. It was just a great punch out by the defender of the Rams. And, we're going to leave it at that. It's week one. It's fine. We're going to get on to the Bucs, who did not have a great outing. They did win, but their quarterback was not great. CJ threw a lot more yards, and completion percentage was a lot better than Baker's. I think Baker's had was it 50%? He was like 50. I don't know. He was not good. He did have 3 touchdowns and no interceptions. CJ did have the 1 interception that people say what they want, but I believe that I think that was Jaden Higgins that ball was going to. He got mouthed. You got mouthed, son. But it's fine. You're a rookie. You're going to have growing pains. I am not mad about it. All right. That being said, we got to get Nico more targets. You don't got to force it to him, but we got to get Nico more targets. And that's what people are seeing. And, these are things that I agree with. But with that being said, fans, as I am a fan too, we don't need to go crazy, guys. We don't need to go crazy. The offensive line was in shambles. 2 of those sacks, there were 3 sacks. 2 of those sacks were on CJ, especially the one that he should have stepped into the pocket. Those were on CJ. He might be terrified. Maybe he was worried about his line, but it did not look good. And the play calling, maybe also we cannot go crazy about the play calling, guys, saying it looked like Bobby's. Give it a chance. We don't have Joe Mixon. We have Nick Chubb. He was serviceable. I'm not going to say he was great. He was serviceable. He did his job. That he did what he was brought here to do. He did his job. He's filling in for Joe Mixon. I think the run plays they had set up for Damian weren't the greatest ideal run plays because he did not look good, but basically just because of the run plays that were selected. I did like when CJ took off and ran, he would have taken a sack last year. So hopefully we don't have 54, 52, or 54 sacks, however many it was in the season. I know it ended up being like 67 total with the playoffs because he was sacked like like 11 or 12 times between the Chargers and the Chiefs game. But we're not going to harp on that. As last year, we throw that in the bag. Week 1 is over with, guys. Got plenty of time to still win the South, which I believe the Texans will do. Once they get that offensive line together, defense is good. I do. Puka Nacua had a field day. A lot of that on Jalen Petrie. We're not going to go overboard. Jalen Petrie's coming back from injury. He did not finish last season. People have to remember that. Give the guy a couple of games to get ready. I'm not overreacting. I don't think there's any cause for overreacting until week 3, week 4. Even if they were to lose Monday night, which I don't expect them to lose. But also at the same time, we as fans, we expect a certain product to be put out there on the field because you're like, you see other teams have other quarterbacks like a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Allen. You're like, these guys, even when it's bad for them guys, they seem to look great. And it could be bad, just anything. Patrick Mahomes, bad offensive line, but would still somehow look great, even though his team might get the brakes beat off of him, but he'll still look great somehow because that's what you expect. And that's what we expect from CJ. After his rookie season, we expect greatness from him and nothing less. His sophomore season, it was quite a bit of a slump. A lot of it was offensive line, but we will get to where we need to get to as a team. Just got to be patient, guys. Just remember that. It will be fine. It will be fine. Do not overreact. Things did not look great. No, it is not time for Davis Mills to come in. Relax, guys. Relax. That's all. I'm not just saying that to you guys. I'm saying that to myself. Relax. Because I'm antsy. I was mad. I didn't go overboard with it because it's week 1. CJ started his rookie season 0-2 and took the team to the playoffs and blew a team out. So I am not afraid. All we need is serviceable. We need touchdowns, guys. That is something that I won't say it's a narrative. This is a known fact. We don't score touchdowns. It's just we do not seem to score touchdowns. We get into the red zone and can't get any farther. We do not score touchdowns. I don't know what the problem is, but they need to start. 9 points is not going to cut it. 3 field goals. One of them was really. Well, I think 2 of them was pretty long. But you had one. I'm pretty sure they were in the red zone and did not get it done. And you guys got to get it done. Got to score touchdowns. As a fan, that's how I feel, and that's how I'm seeing it. You got to score touchdowns. The secondary of the defense, you guys are doing all right. We're gonna see what happens against the Bucks. Like I say, they didn't have a great showing either. And remember last time these two teams played, it was a shootout. Texans came out on top, but it was a shootout. So it's be at home. You guys might get a shootout. Especially in those. And the NRG Stadium, it's turf, and guys seem to run faster. It's more comfortable. So I'm honestly expecting a shootout. But hey, if this game comes into a loss, don't hit the panic button. But there is a cause for pause. Do not hit the panic button, though, guys. It's only we're at the beginning of the season. There's 16 more games to be played, but 17 game season. Guys have to remember that. The Texans can go 16 and 0 from here and be on the way to the Super Bowl, or at least the AFC Championship. Gotta get there first. Cannot keep losing the divisional rounds, but it's just week 2. Guys, it will work out. We'll get there. But you cannot go overboard with it. Because I'm with you. I'm with you. When you see the atrocities that you saw on Sunday, even though it was a solid game played, it was more of a defensive game. It scored some touchdowns. It scored 3 touchdowns. The game won. They scored 2. They didn't kick any field goals. They scored 2 touchdowns. When it was their time to score touchdowns, they scored touchdowns, guys. So once they start getting that, like I say, I have no problem with the Nick Haley. You got to give the man a chance. You got to give him a chance. Let him work it out. We'll know by week 3 or 4 if the man can call plays. First time calling plays ever in an NFL game. So he's been all around the league. They know him. And also, you got to remember Sean McVay might have had his number. Where you think he came from? Probably random plays. Hey, Sean, you think this will be good? Oh, yeah, you go try to use that on me. Let me go ahead and stop that real quick. But don't overreact. Joe Mixon will be back hopefully by week 5. Hopefully. Everything's gonna work out, guys. I know we're having tight end issues. Stover, oh my God, Stover got hurt. He's in my opinion, our best blocking tight end because Schultz does not block. But it'll be fine. They will figure it out. Just got to be patient. Can't go overboard with it. Hey, I know the narratives are out there. CJ's washed. D'Amico's too nice. which D'Amico being too nice may be true. Like I say, D'Amico's too nice. It's slow all over again. You know, it's a lot, guys. But like I say, tune in again with me next week. We will be doing this again. Just gonna go over the fan narratives for each week, week to week, what's going on, and what do we think heading on to the next week, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. And hey, go Texans. Which I'll say, fuck the Cowboys. But go Texans, man. Y'all don't worry about it, fans. As a Texans fan myself, we go make it through. Go Texans.